Hey, hi everyone. So you're welcome once more to today's section of the channel, and today we'll be looking at Bitcoin and be looking at what's happening in the markets. Apologize, I've not really been uploading a lot. Just starting this YouTube channel, right? And today we'll be looking at all things BTC and looking at how the markets are moving. And one question that has been on everybody's mind is this the bottom? Has BTC gotten to the bottom, or we still have more downsides to go? And I'll be showing you a lot of proofs. A lot of people are saying that we've gotten to the bottom, but I don't believe so. And I believe that we still have a lot of down or a lot of downward price action to go. Firstly, looking at the hourly time frame, right? We saw that BTC went down to the 28K level, and then it was quickly bought back up. You understand? And this looks like a very bullish engulfing candle, and we've had a lot of things. A lot of people are saying, has BTC bottomed out? Blah 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 blah. Is there a price? Is there a upward price movement? From here, and I'll be showing you several reasons why I still believe BTC is bearish and we will still go down. So the bottom is not yet in, and I'll be showing you several proofs to prove that today. I'll try and be uploading and be making videos every day so that we could monitor the price together and just see the charts together. And so we're on the 1 hour time frame, and just looking from this, we've seen that we've been observing a very sideways, very long sideways movement for a long time, and it still looks like we're going to continue doing that, just going sideways and sideways and sideways, right? And one thing we must understand with the charts is that the higher time frame dictates the lower time frame. So the higher time frame determines the lower time frames, right? And so if you can see this from the 4 hours, as you can see here, it's more of like there was this push downwards and then was like consolidating. Or if you know a few things about chart patterns, you will know that this was just consolidation for a while, and then we're expecting for it to just move downwards. And I'll be giving you several proofs why I believe that we still have more downward price action. Like I said, the higher time frame determines what will happen. So the lower time frame respects the higher time frame. So if something's happening or you're seeing a sign on the weekly, there's high likelihood smaller time frame must conform to what's happening on the higher time frames, right? So that's how the markets work. And if we're trying to look at or get the trend from a higher time frame, let's start from the monthly. We can see from the monthlies that we're very bearish, right? We topped out at around 60K sometime, 64K sometime in April, and then we went down to 30K, and now we went back up in around December to 69K, right? Some people have the theory that this was actually a fake pump by the whales just to dump their bags on retail. And to a certain extent, they have a lot of proofs, which I believe to a certain extent, right? And we could see the downward price action since from then down to 29,500, where we are currently. And we could see the downward price action has been moving. And your favorite YouTube analyst have been telling you to buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. But a lot of people, we are in a downtrend, and it's evident if you can even see the MACD. The MACD has been in a downward trend since January. So in evidence, we've been on a downward trend since January of 2022. And so if you can literally look at the monthly time frame, we've been on a downtrend. And even if we go down to the weekly time frame, the weekly time frame is also telling us that we're actually also in a downtrend. And that's why your fellow YouTube analysts might be drawing a lot of lines. They draw support lines. They're very good, right? But I love to use indicators because indicators are emotionless. They tell you what is happening regardless of your emotions. I tell people that when you could draw lines and see whatever you want to see on the chart, The market is going to do what it's going to do, right? So why don't you use tools which don't have emotions, which are not attracted to the market, and then that can help you interpret the market better. And one of the tools I love so much is the EMA ribbons. EMA ribbons. And we could see that the EMA ribbons just flipped bearish at the 42K while your favorite YouTube influencer was telling you to buy the dip, buy the dip. But we just flipped bearish. So, and let's just do some little calculation right now. The way the EMA ribbons work is that when the yellow line flips upward, right, we have a very bullish move, and when the red line flips upward, we have a very bearish move, right? And then let me just show you something that has happened in the past, right, with Bitcoin. So here, right, this was in 2018. The EMA ribbons flipped bearish, and from where it flipped bearish to the bottom, we had a 64%, right? 64% downward move, right? It flipped upwards here. And also in this place, let's look at it. The EMA ribbons flipped bearish here. This was the COVID crash. Let's see how we had another 61% downward movement, right? So we see that any time or most of the time where the EMA ribbons flipped bearish on the weekly, we usually go at least about 60% downwards. Now, if we're to measure what is done in the past, 60% will take us to about 16 17K, right? 16 17K. I think I did this wrong. This will be from here. So if we're to measure that, that should be giving us 16 17 around that region. Okay, right? As you can see, if BTC was to do what it's going to do in the past, right, we're going to around 17 18K region. But I don't think we'll get to that place, right? I just think maybe we'll bottom around this support at around the 19K region, right? So as you can see, in every time frame, we are bearish, and we've not really seen any bottom information on the chart pattern to tell us that this is the bottom. So don't be deceived. This is not the bottom. We still have more downwards price action to go. As you can see, even on the daily, we can see on the daily, as we can see, it flipped bearish around the 42K, and we are still below the EMA ribbons. As you can see, we've been moving sideways for a long time now, and we are still below the EMA ribbons, and so that is very bearish until we get into the EMA ribbons or above the EMA ribbons. That's at about 35K. That is when we can be bullish on the market, but for now we are still bearish. Let's see what the markets we're gonna do in the short term. Let's go to the 4 hours. On the 4 hour time frame, we could see that there's a little, we're still in that range, right? We're going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and we're still in the range, and we're still moving up. Some people will tell you this was the bullish divergence, blah 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 blah, but we are still bearish. As you can see, we're still in the range, and there's high likelihood we'll be moving in. We'll still continue that range till the ending of the month, around 30K 500 down to the 28K level, right? There's high probability we'll just be in that range like that and be ranging till we break downwards, right? So it's not advisable that you begin to stock any altcoins. As you can see, seen a lot of hit on the altcoins. The altcoins have taken a lot of hit, right? And many of them are bleeding against Bitcoin. So this will not be a right time to actually be buying alt, as they have the probability to also go down. They have a probability to still go down. So it's advisable. Let's check on the hourly. On the hourly, as you can see, BTC is still in that range, going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And we still expect this range to happen till the end of the month, hopefully in between the 30K range and the 28K range, right? I'll show you another reason why I am bearish, right? And one of it has to do with what I call the uh, stock RSI and the RSI. I told you I love using indicators because they don't have emotions to tell you how the markets are, irrespective of what's happening. And we see that every single time we've seen a BTC bottom, or we've been able to spot a BTC bottom, right? The stock RSI was at the lower bound. Lower bound meaning from this place downwards, right? Every single bottom we had, the RSI was down. The RSI was down, right? Especially the stock RSI, right? Stock RSI was down, stock RSI was down, stock RSI was down in all these places. Now we could see the stock RSI is at a 92 level, one of the highest points, right? It can be. And so we are expecting a further consolidation upward, probably till the end of the month, and then a push downwards so that stock RSI can move at least downwards and the RSI can be very, very deep downwards before we can have a push upwards. But I'm still expecting further downward price action today. So that's just a few things on the market. Be careful out there. If you're going to short the market, make sure you do so with short leverage, right? Don't over leverage, right? If you're going to short the market, but for now, we can see that there is no bottoming structure on the chart, and we expect further downward action. So if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, click the like button, right? So that we'll be doing this on a daily and seeing what the markets are doing. Thank you. So don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like. Thank you so much.